So have you got the list up?
Well, yeah.
If you're not sure what we're talking about, Gill and I were just discussing what we're going to be looking at the upcoming NEC Motorhome Show, the Motorhome and Caravan Show, from the 15th to the 20th of October at the NEC in Birmingham. And we're going to be there from the Monday through to the Friday, not staying for the weekend because that would just be horrendous.
No, I think I'll have had enough by then.
Yes, there's definitely that. So we're going to go down there. We were just looking through the list of vendors that's on the site, and you were saying...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a comprehensive list.
Well, everybody's on it.
Well, that's why it's a comprehensive list.
Comprehensively.
But unless you actually know the company, you've then got to go find out more information. Just take, for example, the Journey Centre. I'd spotted that after I'd seen a few things about campsites in France, campsites in Spain, and I thought, the old brain connects that with, they may be helping you to plan your journey out. But I think I'm a bit wrong there because...
You are, because I've just clicked on the go and have a look and see what these people are button, and it says The Journey Centre, freedom to explore. Easily accessible from the motorway network, being based in Sheffield, South Yorkshire. This well-established business of over 30 years, supported by a dedicated, friendly and knowledgeable team, and with this wealth of experience, you can be assured of receiving the absolute best advice to help you make the right choice of products to suit your individual needs. And the last line says, what it is, your one-stop shop for all motorhome and caravan accessories.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, I'm not knocking the Journey Centre. What I'm kind of knocking is the
lack
plan,
of information. Yeah,
the Motorhome Caravan Show have put out, because one thing that had gone through our minds was, I wonder what our viewers would like to see.
Is that?
So that's really originally why I went to the list. And yeah, I mean, we would still love to know what, if anything, you would like us to have a look at.
I'm going to say this in response to that, if I may, and just going by the videos that are the most popular that we have published. Mm-hmm. We're not going to be looking at any motorbikes, because there ain't any there to look at that I'm aware of. Mm-hmm. However, people do seem to be very interested in connectivity, getting the internet in. Mm-hmm. The stuff that we've done on the ZTE modems has consistently been right up at the top, and we're talking tens of thousands of views, which for us is a hell of a lot. So I intend to have a look and see what's available and try and get some idea of prices and what have you. There are 3 or 4 people there that are looking at that, and I've already made an appointment to go and talk to those very nice people at EcoFlow. Now, many people have picked up the wrong end of the stick on this one. We are not sponsored by EcoFlow. We have never been given anything by EcoFlow. No. Chance it'd be a fine thing. So everything EcoFlow that we've got, we've paid for. In fact, the only 3 items that I've reviewed on the channel that we haven't paid for have been the last 2 ZTE products, and I was quite happy to take those to have a look at them because I know people are interested in them, and the gas sniffer. That's it. Everything else we've paid for. I hope people understand and know that. Mm-hmm. So I want to go and have a look and a talk to EcoFlow, because the EcoFlow Delta 3 has just been launched. It's not in the country yet, and it won't be until October. Mm-hmm. We're in October.
Just.
But I'm expecting that there'll be a Delta 3 Max. Now, why is that of interest? Well, I'll tell you why. The Delta 3 Plus will accept the Delta 3 Pro extra battery, which is a 4 kilowatt hour extra battery. So with the two of them together, you've got 5 kilowatt hours. Now we currently have a stack of 3, the Delta Max and its 2 extra batteries to give us 6 kilowatt hours. So I'm kind of hoping that the Delta 3 Plus Max would give us, with 1 extra battery, 6 kilowatt hours, and therefore take a third of the weight off. And there are reasons for that. So I'm going to go and have a natter with them and find out what else they've got coming up, because more and more people seem to be going off grid, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we've done a lot more off grid, haven't we?
Yes. And without the EcoFlows, we couldn't have done it successfully, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, no.
No. So
I couldn't have done it without you, but there you go.
Well, I wouldn't do it without you, my darling. I know. It's sloppy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, going to go and have a look at EcoFlow, and I'm going to be looking at anything else like that as well. But is there anything that you want us to look at? Mm-hmm. If there is, comment down below in the place where people comment, because that would be nice. While you're down there making a comment, you can subscribe if you want, and then you'll be notified when we put the videos up from the NEC. I suspect there'll be a few, because as everybody knows, David is a gobshite, that'll believe. I like talking to people and finding out what's going on, and so yes, there might be a number of videos coming out of that you might want to watch. So do subscribe and click the notification icon, the ding, the bell, and you'll get told what's coming. What do you want to have a look at?
Well, I always look at accessories.
Yes.
And craft.
And craft?
Well, particularly wool. But,
not cheese slices.
No. I do quite a lot of crocheting, so just for the people that don't know. So I'm always on the lookout for different types of wool and.
I suspect that'll be conspicuous by its absence at the show.
Well, I don't know. There's always that lady, that very nice lady's always there. She was at Newark and she was at Lincoln.
That's the Warner's shows.
I know that's the Warner's shows, but
she is, as you say, very nice and very knowledgeable, and that's very good. What about manufacturers? Are there any vans you might be interested in?
I don't know, to be quite honest, because I'm so happy with what we've got. I'm the sort of, if I find something else that I think outdoes what we've already got, then I view ours with a lesser degree of satisfaction. And there are so many people on YouTube that do van reviews so well.
Yes.
That it's stupid to go up in competition to them, as it were. But having said that, if there is a particular van or a particular anything that you would like us to have a look at, and if you value our opinion on it, let us know.
I will say I want to go to the Coachman stand. There's a shock.
Yeah, well, you need to see inside the new one, the
Sportivo.
The Sportivo. I went in the Sportivo at Lincoln.
You did?
And I don't know whether my comments were on the Lincoln video or not. I don't think they were, actually. So I'm not going to say at the moment what I thought.
You can if you like.
No, I'll do it when we do the review.
If I may say in so many words, Gill is not convinced I would be able to use the toilet in the Sportivo. Now, I don't know whether that's because of my height, being 6'2" when I'm at full stretch, or whether it's because of my somewhat cuddly stature. I'm looking at her face, she's not giving it away.
It's the cuddly stature, darling. Yes.
Okay.
But I'm trying not to dig a big hole here for myself.
Go on, keep going.
It obviously isn't as big as what we've got at the moment. Not just the length, but the width between the kitchen, the sink, and the shower room.
Right.
The gap between the two. I found myself turning sideways.
Well, I've got no chance then.
But that is often me, rather than storm ahead. But anyway,
Yes.
whatever.
Well,
But you need to go and have a look. I looked, and it's very nice. Don't get
Well,
me
it's a
wrong.
baby version of what we've got.
Yes and no.
Well, it's the same beds,
Yes. That's about it, though.
but a smaller lavabogatory.
There's no drop-down bed.
Well, that's a good thing, or not,
Or
depending on how you look at it. Personally, I prefer lying on my back and staring up, but you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, well,
no, and if anybody's wondering why, I'm going to say two numbers, 6 and 9. Put them together, you make 69, which is one number, and that's one less than 70. And when it comes to 70, license renewal time and medicals and all the rest of that. So there is a possibility that, I mean, I ought to get through it. Jill ought to get through it.
oh yeah.
There shouldn't be too much problem.
But if there's an issue, we want to have some form of backup. Don't
Plan
we?
B.
Plan B.
Yes. And Plan B will involve the trailer, because we've discovered we've got 1,300 kilograms is its GVW. So that's no problem to tow behind a 3.5 tonner. And yeah, at the moment it's got the scoot in, but I would have no issue in Part Xing it against a longer one, a bigger one, so that we could get more in it. And then the 3.5 ton isn't that much of a limitation for us, because we can shove everything in the trailer. And if I can get a 2,000 kilo towing weight allowance, whatever, call it 5.5 ton train weight, so I can tow that, then, you know, as long as the layout's what we want, we can shove everything else into the trailer, which is what we're already doing with the Mega Scoot, the Zoot Scoot, and other bits of stuff are getting thrown in there because it's easier than bottoming the back axle out. So that's all good. Yeah, but I want to have a look at the Sportivo, and just because I have the feeling that they'll introduce the longitudinal bed variety of the top of the range A-Class, the Imperial. I think there'll be an Imperial
I would think so.
with the longitudinal beds.
Yeah.
And I would like to have a look at that, just basically to see whether the lavabogatory is still jacked up on a pedestal. And again, you know, I'm sure people wonder why I keep going on about this, but there is a standard height for a lavabogatory seat in the UK, and it seems to be worldwide. And if you think about it, it's generally the average length of a person's shin, the bit between your knee and where your foot hits the floor, because the ideal pooping position assumes that your thigh will be parallel with or slightly sloping down towards the bum, parallel with the floor or slightly sloping down, because that apparently is the best position for pooping. The perfect pooping position is slightly crouched. So when you get to these lavabogatories in motorhomes that mean that your legs are at greater than a right angle, so you're like perching on a shooting stick, I know a lot of people have difficulty with that. I certainly have difficulty with that, and many are the occasions when I've seen people trying them out, and I wish all the motorhome reviewers would do this. Get on it and see where your feet go, and if it isn't right, tell us. Now, actually, it's probably more important for shorter people than it is for we taller people. So if the lavvy seat is at 15 inches, that's about the right height, I think. If I knew what that was in centimetres, I would tell you. I do know it's 45, 15 inch, 45 centimetres, there or thereabouts. But if you're 6'2", as I am, then the major consideration is not so much the height off the floor. 15 to 18 inches is absolutely fine. It's the distance between how far back you can sit on the seat and where your knees get to. And half the time, the damn doors don't shut.
But there are a lot of smaller people who, when talking about toilets and all the rest of it, but it is important. If you are smaller and you sit on one of these pedestal toilets, your feet may not touch the floor, in which case you could injure yourself, and that's all I'm going to say. You could injure yourself quite badly and not know.
So if you're 4'3" and you lose on a pedestal, no curries for you. That could.
Well, or you get one of those little steps that you know we have for.
We shouldn't have to.
I know you shouldn't have to, but.
But we did,
you know,
in one of the vans. We did have a step.
No, I was thinking when Suzanne was little,
Oh,
for
right.
the boys,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you have a little step for the toilet so they can read, you
Yes.
know, they can get there.
What gets to me as well is with some of these things, it's patently obvious that they've put a secondary floor in, but they've got no idea where you're putting your feet, and they just don't make it big enough. Anyway,
but just back to the list of exhibitors, I did notice that Duvalet are there.
yes,
Now, I know we haven't been to the NEC before, and they probably do the NEC every time it's there, but we haven't seen them at any of the other shows.
No.
So if you are interested in Duvalet and you want to have a look, then they are at the NEC. I know we don't use them, well, we partly use them now. We don't use them for us,
But we do for the
basically
lads.
because the ones we have are too narrow for the beds that we've now got.
yes.
But our grandsons have the smaller ones that fit them fine. That's absolutely fine. And if and when they grow out of those, then we've got our
Yes.
ones that are there available.
And to be honest,
I just noticed that.
had the beds been 5 centimetres narrower, we'd still have been using the Duvaliers. It's
absolutely.
not that we don't like them.
No, I love them.
It's just that as they stand, I've got more room without than we have with. That's basically all it is.
I mean, the boys also use their Duvalets when they come and stay with us in the house.
They'll use the Duvaliers every chance they
They
get.
would
They love them.
rather use their, can we not have the Duvalets rather than a quilt?
Yeah.
I
So
like those, I can cuddle up.
they love their Duvaliers.
Yeah.
So, right, Duvaliers you're going to have a look at. I'm going to go to Coachman, as we've said. And you don't like air classes, do you?
Some of them, there's different designs, aren't there? The front is the front. I'm not a big fan, but that's just me.
I don't like the fixed tables in them mostly, is what gets to me.
Yeah.
I don't mind the front, but I do sometimes think it's a bit of a waste of space. But your comments on that would be, what's your favourite? Do you prefer an A class? Do you prefer a semi-integrated, like what ours is, like what most people have, I suppose? Or, like me, do you wish you were 20 years younger with an HGV licence so you could get something that was 18 tonne and, that you could live in full time and have a car in the garage at the back? Look at her shaking her head. This is just because we saw the RS1 down at Lincoln, and I would love that. I absolutely would, but at the age I'm now, I'd have to have a medical every year to keep the licence going for it. Unless I got a funfair licence.
Funfair.
Yeah, I forget what they call them now. The people that do the funfairs, take the funfairs on the road. There's a special licence for those, apparently.
All right.
Because they will quite frequently drag 2 trailers.
Yeah.
So you can get a special licence that allows you to do that.
Okay.
Fair operators, funfair operators. I
Do you not
forget.
have to prove that you have a funfair, or?
Well, more than likely, I would think so.
Yeah.
You've got to be involved with it.
Yeah. Well, you're not involved with it, so it doesn't matter.
No, but Horton Feast is coming up. I can go and talk to people that are. And
No.
I'd still have to take a medical every year.
I'm just looking for other exhibitors that people. I'm still getting, toasty box.
Oh, is that the one that goes in the microwave?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to
Yes,
search.
it is. Toasty box is the microwavable toasty maker that makes the perfect toasty in an easy to clean, dishwasher safe, free BPA and PFOA free silicone toasty maker. Oh, I might have a look at that. 'Cause I do like toasties.
There you are. The eyes have popped open for that one.
Yeah. I was just wondering what toasty maker was, you see.
Well,
For the company to be called that.
Well, apparently it goes in the microwave.
Yeah.
And we can use the microwave off the EcoFlow setup that we've got. So even if we're off grid, you can have a toasty pet. So that would be all right. There's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of accessories and add-ons and bits and bobs that you can find. Beckford's Rum might get a visit from yours truly. Quite getting into me rum lately. You know, why wouldn't you?
It's not cheap, the toasty box.
How much is it? Have you found it?
£40.
Well,
But there might be an offer, might there? Show offer.
Show offer might be down to £20. You never just know. If there is, we'll tell you.
Choice of colours: orange, charcoal, red, and black.
Well, it would have to be red or black, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Because that's what we do, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't you know? I'll be swerving the Kadak stand. Basically because I cannot pronounce it. I don't know whether it's Kadak or Kadak or Kadak or what it is, but possibly not. Might though have a look at the campsites in France stand and the campsites in Spain stand and the Camping du Lac Jaunet France or Camping Tosicampo Algarve or Camping Las Dunas and Camping Card Axi, because I'm trying to persuade Gill that we need to go over the ditch, through the channel and onto the continent for travelling about the place. So that'll be worth having a look. The more information you've got, the easier it is to do, I think.
Yep.
So there's that. We don't need conservatory insulations. Crumbs away. Cleaning products, I know nothing of that.
No. But there's insurance people there and quite a lot of orthopaedic type
the custom insoles, you mean?
Well, there's custom insoles, there's orthotics works.
Yes.
And I think they were at Lincoln, weren't they?
Don't know.
Anyway, yeah, quite a lot to...
I might have a look at Eberspacher UK Limited.
Who?
Eberspacher.
What's that?
It's diesel heaters.
Okay.
So apparently they're cheaper to run than gas heaters, than Aldi, which we have.
Yes.
So
Would we have to change the construction of the van?
I think there would need to be an exhaust outlet on the floor, but I think there might already be a gridded outlet on the floor that might take that, but I'm not entirely certain where it would go. But we can have a look.
Yeah, we don't want to invalidate any warranties.
No. Drilling into it's not necessarily a good idea. Now that's going to be interesting because both EcoFlow and Energian, who do EcoFlow, are going to be there. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, Skechers shoes by Comfort Gear.
Ooh.
I wonder if they've got those sandals I've been after for yunks.
They might have, you never know.
No website though.
Oh dear.
No matter.
I want to talk to this bloke about that fire safety stick as well. 70 odd quid for something that you hope you'll never use.
I know, but
if you need to use one, the 70 odd quid saves you.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there anybody? Have any of you got one?
Have you
had to use it?
This is the point.
You know, have you any information? I mean, you can watch videos and things, but you never know what's set up, do you?
No.
I mean, I'm quite prepared to pay £70 if it is easier to use. Storage isn't that much of an issue for us.
No.
What's your thoughts on that? Anybody got one?
I want to have a look at Frankia. I want to go to the Frankia stand and have a look at theirs, because I like the idea of having 3 doors on the boot. Yeah,
we did see that.
And
very nice chap we bumped into at High Kettleby Lakes.
Yes.
He had a scoop like David's.
A terrain hopper.
Terrain hopper. The shorter one, the standard length one. And he was able to get that in his garage. Which was quite interesting.
It was, although it doesn't have the overhang that ours has. So I would be able to get the scoot in, but nothing else. Not that I could get, I couldn't get the scoot in because the garage isn't big enough. But his garage doors on the front here were huge. And while I have no problem towing the trailer, don't mind that at all, to be able to go self-contained and not have the trailer would be nice to have that facility as well. Plus, when I've annoyed Gill, there's 3 doors for her to throw me into the boot and lock us in, and 3 chances for us to pick the lock and get out.
Yeah, as if I'm going to be able to lift you up and throw you in the boot.
Oh, you've just got to chase us the right way, love. I'll let you catch us. No, there's all kinds of stuff here that I want to have a look at. I don't know what Green Chef is. What's Green Chef? Let's have a look.
No idea.
Your very own tailor-made kibble blend. Nah, the dog will not have a bar of that. She just won't.
If it's not raw, she's not interested.
Nah.
She really isn't.
No, she'd prefer
we keep mixing it with dry, don't we?
We've tried all kinds and no.
No, it's always left.
She's not bothered.
Anyway, that's probably about enough from us. We've rabbited on. Go and use some time and have a look through the exhibitors, and if there's anything you want us to look at, please let us know.
Yes, you've got, how long have you got? You've got 10 days, I suppose.
Yeah.
10
and
or 12
I'll just say
days.
we will get round to showing you more about the Starlink, but the weather up north has been horrendous.
We had intended to go and film the new installation of the Starlink. I've been a little bit clever with this, I think.
Only if it works.
Well, if it works, if what I think will work, it'll run 24/7 off the van without needing hookup, without needing the EcoFlows, just off the van. Now that has got to be of interest to quite a few people, I would have thought, that need to have internet everywhere. And that's the beauty of it. And so there shall be a video of that coming up. I just don't know when. I was going to do it today, but the rain started coming down in stair rods, so you'd have been treated to the sound of the Black Watch drum corps dancing around on the top of the van while I was yelling my head off trying to let you know what was going on. So that didn't get done today, and this did.
But it will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, for information for those of you that might want to find us at the show, would be more than happy to say hello, would be more than happy to give you a sticker. You'll be able to spot me dead easy, because I shall be in the Zoot suit. Scoot, not Zoot suit. I shall be in the Zoot scoot, finding my way around. I'm going to go across as early as possible on every day, try and get round and see as much as possible where the aisles are tight, because I hate getting in people's way, but we'll be around. By all means, stop us and have a natter, and that'll be grand. Whether Gill and I will be together is a moot point, because the dog needs to be sat with.
Yeah, I don't mean to take it personal. I'm not against other people, but I don't like leaving her in the van.
Not sure what she'll eat.
I don't think she would eat anything.
No.
But she would. Anyway,
she's not used to being left.
It's just the way, we go with her.
Well, you see,
but we do have some very good friends who hopefully will be there and who've offered to doggy sit.
Yes.
If we want to go in together, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what occurs. Yes. I was going to say something there, and it's flown out of my head. I was going to say it's an age thing. That's what I was going to say. It's an age thing with the dog, and I was stunned to discover today that I'm the same age as old people. It's weird. Really weird. So there you go. This kind of video is what my daughter refers to as a dawn thing. So it is, isn't it?
It is.
It's a dawn thing.
Yeah.
And with that, we shall bid you all a fond farewell and exhort you to remain safe, and exhort you as much as you can to remain lucky as well, because that's a dawn thing. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.